Now there are torts affecting contractual rights also, right? There is a contract between two persons and some tort is affecting that contractual right. Okay, as such, contract is also a civil wrong, but we have a different classification. But how is it that torts can affect contractual rights as well? So there are various wrongs that affect contractual or business relations. These are the acts that are done knowingly without any lawful justification for the sole purpose of causing damage or loss to the person, like inducing breach of contract. We know that there is a contract between two persons and we are inducing that why don't you break this contract? Why don't you cause breach of the contract? Okay, so any act which is done intentionally without any lawful justification to induce a person to make a breach in the existing contract whereby the other party to the contract is going to suffer, that is also nothing but a tort affecting contractual rights. Knowingly, we know there is a contract going on between two persons. As such, we should not be bothered with that, right? Being a third party, we don't have a right to comment on that. But even after that, we are inducing breach of contract. That is a wrong.
Okay.
Same ways, it might be intimidation. So intimidation is an established tort, the threat of doing an unlawful act. Intimidation in crimes also you would get, IPC you would get, right? Criminal intimidation. So if I know that somebody is going to appear as a witness against me, I may go and say that, okay, if you are doing this, I'm going to cause you this loss. That is intimidation. Same ways in torts also we get intimidation. Intimidation is the threat of doing an unlawful act for compelling a person to do something to his own detriment, injuring or harming himself or to the detriment of someone else. I might go and tell another person that if you do this certain thing, I am going to do this, with the intention of, like threatening the other person that he should rather not be doing that certain thing. So there was this case where a queryman had a cause of action against the defendant because who had caused the plaintiff's customers. So plaintiff was the queryman and he was having some customers. And what defendant did is he asked the customers of the plaintiff to discontinue buying the stones from this plaintiff, that I would cause you harm if you buy stones from him. And as a result, this person also, the customers also stopped buying from the plaintiff. So plaintiff filed the case, and in that case, we can say that it is intimidation. Their customers are already there, customers are willing to buy stones from him, but because the defendant threatened that if you buy from this person, I'm going to cause you this loss. So customers stop. We can say there is intimidation. So intimidation is nothing but we are threatening another person that if you do this or if you continue with this, I'm going to cause you harm. Intimidation involves the defendant using an unlawful threat to successfully compel another to obey his wishes. Whatever I want, I would make the other person fulfill that. How I'm going to do it? With a threat that I would cause you harm otherwise. Thus, there must be deliberate threat, that the threat must involve an unlawful act and be effective. There must be an intention to harm the claimant. It is not justified that I am threatening the other person, right? So that is nothing but again a tort. Though the threat will most commonly be to someone other than the claimant himself, it would appear that the tort can also take form of two-party threat directly between defendant and the claimant. I can either say that if you do not do this, I will cause you this harm, I will cause this person that harm, or I will cause myself this harm. It can happen either ways. Like we say, right, somebody going to rob a bank, they would just take any customer and say, I would shoot this person if you do not give me all the money. That is also nothing but some random stranger third parties being involved there. So it can happen to any person, maybe between the plaintiff and defendant, or some third party also may be dragged into the matter. There must be an intention to compel a particular course of action, and the claimants must be person whom the defendant intended to insure. So the other person would be informed that, okay, this is what the injury I'm going to cause if you do not fulfill or if you do not do as per my wishes. Okay, is it clear, intimidation?
Yes. Yes.
Another one we have is conspiracy. So conspiracy means secret plotting for committing something unlawful, which would create disturbance or which would create trouble and problems in the society. That conspiracy is again not a good thing. Two or more people are planning to commit some tort. That is nothing but conspiracy. So what is conspiracy was being defined in this case? A conspiracy is an unlawful association. Association itself is not lawful because it is for a wrong purpose. Unlawful association of two or more than two persons to do any act which is not legal according to law of the land, or to do something harmful towards another person, or to carry out an act not in itself lawful. So some wrongful act we are planning to do. Okay, like there was one case, I think some BCCI conducted an auction. Okay, conducted an auction. Now, auction main purpose is like whoever is bidding highest, that person the property would be sold. There were some 11 bidders who took part in the auction, and all these 11 persons, right, they entered into a contract amongst themselves without the knowledge of BCCI. They entered into the contract that this is the amount, above that nobody is going. So in that case, it was said that it's nothing but they are planning, right? They are planning to cause loss to BCCI. That is also nothing but sort of conspiracy, right? There is plotting going on between these 11 persons without knowledge of BCCI. So conspiracy is nothing but like a partnership between those persons where they come together to commit something which is like wrongful, right? Some cause some wrongful act. Like there is this illustration, there are 3 people, A, B, and C. B and C undergo an agreement that clearly establishes that they are agreeing on a proposal of doing a fraudulent act towards A. In such a case, this can be said to be a kind of tort of conspiracy. Like this example only, you can take the BCCI example only, that they are planning to cause loss to another person. Any instance where conspiracy is done for the purpose of doing any wrongful act, it would be considered as a like for committing any kind of tort, it would be considered as civil conspiracy or conspiracy in law of torts. Now there are different types of conspiracy that we see. It might be general conspiracy to injure, and unlawful means conspiracy. So what is general conspiracy? It's like the general ones, the general plotting that happened. For example, some performance is going on, many actors are going to take part there. A certain group of people start boycotting a particular actor without any valid reason or anything. In such a case, we can say it's like a general conspiracy. They just simply planned and they just simply thought that, okay, fine, we are going to boycott this person and we are going to ruin his performance. It is general conspiracy. As such, there is no specific motive to injure or something. Okay. Conspiracy to injure. When an association is formed by people with the sole purpose of inflicting damage upon someone, which should otherwise be lawful, even if committed by one person without the intention. So we are plotting in order to cause injury to somebody else. So if in such type of conspiracy, the sole purpose of combination is to injure someone else, right? We are planning to injure or cause loss to someone, like that BCCI example. There is a purpose for the plotting, purpose for the conspiracy, that is to injure or to cause loss to someone. Last one is unlawful means conspiracy. So this type of tort involves an agreement between 2 or more parties, wherein at least one of them agrees regarding using unlawful means against the claimant. So we are conspiring, we are planning and plotting to use some unlawful means, something which is not legal, something which is not recognized. Okay, like there was this case wherein there was a strike going on in the industrial premises. Okay, otherwise strike is not illegal. Workers are having a right to strike and to protest and everything. They have a right, but there are some guidelines, there are some formalities that they need to follow. Okay, so in this case there was a strike, but those formalities were not being followed, so it became an illegal strike. As per Industrial Disputes Act, it became an illegal strike. Now the question which came before Supreme Court was that if the workmen are liable to pay the compensation for losses incurred by the management during this period or not. Because there was a conspiracy, there was a planning going on amongst the workers that we are going to do this, we are going to conduct the strike, but then strike was illegal. So the question was whether they should be compensating the management for the loss suffered. But court said that no, as such it was not like they wanted some loss to be caused or something, but it just happened because might be there was some mistake from their side, right? They were not aware of the conditions or guidelines which need to be followed or something. So as such, they were not held liable to pay the compensation. But otherwise, if we are doing something which is like unlawful means is being used, in such cases, it would fall under this classification.
Okay.
Okay, so the object of the strike was not to inflict any injury or to damage. As such, they were not having any bad intention that, okay, we want to cause loss or damage to the industrial establishment. They just wanted to raise their voice, but yeah, some mistake was there. So they would not be held liable as such. So there are two things that will take place in conspiracy: intention of the defendant, that we have an intention to cause loss, to injure another person or something, and unlawful means, some wrongful means is being used. Okay, so what is not lawful, that would be taken into consideration. If we are using that kind of a means, it would fall under this. Okay, so this is nothing but conspiracy, planning with two or more people to cause some loss or injury to another person. Okay, is it clear?
Okay. All right.
Any doubts, anything?
On the second last, when you scroll down, conspiracy, down, up. I have written it somewhere. I missed it. No, it's something related to conspiracy, not conspiracy. Yeah. In conspiracy, say in general itself, can you give me that explanation, please?
General as in, yeah.
Unlawful, illegal association of two or more pursuance of an act which is contrary to the law and harmful to other. Is right to remain silent is also considered as a conspiracy.
Right to remain silent. As such, yes. What are you doing by remaining silent? Are you causing some loss, damage or not? That would be taken into consideration.
Yeah, like the BCCI thing itself. Instead of BCCI, for example, a person planning to damage the property of another person. I'm going to come and pelt stone on my neighbor's house. So the people in my apartment are aware about it. So they made a nexus among themselves that they will all be shutting their doors by 9 o'clock. They're aware that 9 o'clock I'm going to throw the stone, so that they will not be the witness at that time.
Sorry, I did not get it. No, sorry, can you repeat it?
I had planned to throw stones at my neighbor's house at night, 9 o'clock. So the people in my apartment, so there are 4 or 5 more neighbors are there. They also dislike that person to whom I'm going to throw this stone. So they are not coming along with me to throw the stone, but they amongst themselves, that 4 or 5 people decided that by 8:45 or 9 o'clock, we all will shut the doors. We all will be keeping the darkness. That means they will not be coming out as like a witness for that event. So they are actually supporting indirectly by remaining silent on that day. So someone next day coming and making a query, they are all unaware about it.
Hmm.
So they purposely don't want to witness that even, though they are aware. So here it will be considered as a conspiracy.
Yeah, you can call that, because they are again planning with you that, okay, fine, let this person suffer. Also, no witnesses should be there so that he can go to court and claim something. Let this person suffer. That is also nothing but conspiracy.
Okay. So it's coming under general or conspiracy to injure?
We can say it is conspiracy to injure, because even though they are not taking part as such, they have an intention, right? That no witnesses should be there. Even if he is going to the court, his case should be like very weak. No witness, no supporters, nothing should be there. We would switch off the lights and everything, let it be very dark. That is nothing, but they are also indirectly supporting you.
Okay. And the case which is the last one, unlawful.
Yeah.
Unlawful. The case of All India Banks Association versus I missed out, National Grid Corporation or something. Okay. Is it the same? I know industrial dispute. I forgot. There was a case related to. I missed out the case itself. That's why I'm fumbling.
No, you can tell the facts also. It's fine.
It was related to the again. It is coming from the Constitution itself. The formation of union. So there was a case which is related to the formation of union, and that was All India Bank Association. They filed a case against which one I forgot. I believe it is industrial dispute forum or something. Then to know whether that forum itself, that association, is lawful or unlawful. Not only the intention. So they created harm to that particular industry, and second, their association itself was unlawful. But it was later stated that the association was permitted, it was legal, and the right of creating the union was permitted as a right. But the second part I'm not aware. Second part, whether they claimed anything from that particular industry, which I'm not sure.
Okay, I think that is completely relating to whether the trade union is lawful or not. But this is like you are using an unlawful means to satisfy the conspiracy that you have planned. Like, right? Like you wanted to, is it that you wanted to cause loss to the industry? For that, you have taken help of some unlawful means, that is an illegal strike, and then you are causing loss to the industry or not. That was the main question here. I think that other case would be a little different relating to trade unions, whether the union itself was legal or illegal. But this is like you are taking help of something unlawful in order to satisfy your conspiracy, more like. Okay. Yeah.
So can you please share the notes also with me?
Yeah, sure. I'll be sharing this, okay, on WhatsApp. Hey, before we continue, I wanted to inform you about my live mentorship program for LLB students or law aspirants. Law subjects and law topics need detailed clarity. We get that with the help of cases, examples, and detailed explanation. It's definitely not possible to include everything in these short videos. If you find my videos easy to understand and you are looking for some professional help in preparing for your examination, you can join my live mentorship program. Here you will be getting exam tips, answer writing skills, detailed notes that you can refer for your examination, cases, examples, and in a very easy way topics will be explained. I have live classes going on for a lot of subjects as of now. To know more about it, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. I'm also helping a lot of students in writing their assignments. If you need any such help or for any queries, any suggestions, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. And now let's continue with our video.